Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Elbarrio. My name is Ralph Hernandez, and thank you so much for watching. We got great guests today. We have two gentlemen that are at the top of their game, both of them. And we're going to meet both of them here today, but we're going to start with the founder and the leader of the New York State Tea Party movement, which is also across the nation, Russ Thompson. Russ, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me, Ralph. Okay. I wouldn't have missed it.
Listen, I know this is big across the nation and everything, but explain to us what do you mean by the Tea Party? What is the Tea Party movement?
Well, the Tea Party movement, we dominate Western New York, from Jamestown to Rochester and everything in between. It's a group of people that of every party affiliation that are just completely fed up with, we focus mostly on the state government, that's fed up with the way the state government and the national government, how they're just driving us crazy with high taxes and high fees and utility taxes that are just driving everybody out. And we got together to help protest some of the politicians and everything that they're doing. And at times we all want to march on Albany. I think everybody in the whole area wants to do that too.
So it's really issues-oriented type of movement.
Absolutely, there's no question about it.
So do you see a meaningful role for the Latino community to be involved in the Tea Party movement?
Absolutely, because everything that happens in Albany affects all of us, no matter what community we're in. I would welcome the Hispanics to come and join us. It's very easy to do so. It just TNewYork.com, TEA NewYork.com. Sign up and you can get our email blasts, and you can get involved in every single thing that we do. We send out a couple of emails a week. We're a very active group, and we have the protests. So if you can make it to a protest, great. If you can't, that's okay. Maybe next time you can. And we have a lot of fun, and have a lot of fun on what we're doing. If you're not having fun, don't get involved. That's the way I look at it.
Last a couple months ago, you called the Assemblyman Silver, where you called for the Speaker of the New York State Speaker of the House, Sheldon Silver, to be removed from his leadership role. Could you explain to me very briefly what you mean by that? Or?
Sure. Sheldon Silver was elected by 6,743 people in his district. But yet Sheldon Silver, for the past 15 years, has run the Assembly with an iron fist. I basically call him the #1 obstructionist. Anything that Sheldon Silver wants, he gets. Anything he does not want, doesn't happen. Sheldon Silver controls every member of the Assembly, every committee seat. So, as an example, we have some legislation in there that directly affects the people of West New York. Sheldon Silver won't allow it to come out of committee. So we feel that Sheldon Silver he's at the end of his career as far as we're concerned as being Speaker of the Assembly. We feel that it's time for him to step down, get some new leadership in the Assembly, a new Speaker, because once you're in there too long, you get too comfortable and I think a little bit too corrupt.
Before we get into the issue of the constitutional amendments, because I know you're very concerned about revisiting some of those state constitution amendments and the articles. Tell me a little bit about how is the issue with the governor candidate.
Governor Patterson?
No, from here.
Palladino.
Palladino. Because I know you
Governor
were
Palladino. That sounds good, doesn't it?
That you were very instrumental in trying to put together a group of folks that are now behind Mr. Palladino. So how's that going?
Well, we look at the field of candidates that we got out there right now. We got Governor Patterson, all right, and possibly Cuomo. His father's son is possibly going to run. Then on the Republican side, Rudy Giuliani was out there making a lot of noise that he might run. But then Rudy just kind of stepped out of the way. So we have Blasio. Well, what we see is the three people that are out there in the forefront are basically all part of the status quo. They're all the same old names that we hear over and over again. And so we're looking for somebody. As far as I'm concerned, it's time for leadership from West New York. Somebody needs to be governor from West New York, we think, all right? For all too many years downstate, New York City has dominated politics. Every policy that comes out of Albany benefits New York City and hurts us. So it's time for leadership. It's time for somebody like a Carl Palladino Carl is a very successful businessman. He knows how to call the shots. He says what's on his mind.
Oh yeah, we know that.
Yeah, and the thing that we do like about Carl is that when I went and saw him and we really talked him into running for governor or looking at it.
Looking at it, right? Because right now he's exploring the possibility, correct?
Exactly, and we're looking out for it to see how much support we actually have out there for somebody like Carl. And the amount of phone calls and emails that are coming in have just been overwhelmingly that we want Carl to come in, because we think, and this is my own personal opinion, I think if anybody can shake up Albany, it's somebody that's not affiliated with any of the political parties, which Carl is not. He's like me, very independent. We go after both parties because neither one of the parties, as far as we're concerned, are doing their job representing the people, especially for us here in Western New York.
Let's talk a little bit about the constitutional changes that you would like to see statewide. I know you're very strong on term limits, and what else is that out there that you would like to see changed?
Well, you know, people are always looking at the Constitutional Convention. We need to have a Constitutional Convention. But as far as I'm concerned, we can make some structural reforms right now if we have senators and assemblymen with the backbone to actually put forth legislation. And once the legislation is there, get it to the floor, debate it, vote on it, and put it into place. Really, what we're looking for as far as structural reforms is Sheldon Silver, 15 years he's been Speaker of the Assembly. Let's limit that to one term, 2 terms at the most, okay? I think we should look at term limits for senators and for assemblymen. You know, we could go 4-year terms, 2 4-year terms, okay, or 8 years maximum. You know, we need to get an exchange of people coming in and out. This way, we're not constantly looking at the same people every time we go to the voting booth.
Yeah, and the thing about it is that it costs so much money to run for those offices, state and assembly.
And then look what happens. When you get these guys that are in there, Dale Volker, 37 years, okay? Bill Stahowski, 20-something, 28 years, I think he's been in. Sam Hoyt is like 18 years. Once they get in, they get all too comfortable. Lobbyists just flock to these guys because they know they're going to be able to buy them off. You get term limits, you know, that's going to nip that in the bud. We also feel that we should make lobbying illegal. Lobbying should be illegal.
Hold that thought. We're going to take a short break, and we're going to come right back with Russ Thompson, so stick around. Don't go anywhere.